In this video, we're going to have a look at calculations involving dividends from companies to their shareholders. Now, a company can be owned by a whole lot of different shareholders who each own shares in the company. When the company makes a profit, those shareholders are paid a percentage of the profit, which is called a dividend. Now, the dividend can be calculated by the profit of the company divided by the total number of shares. In addition to the dividend amount, you can also calculate the dividend yield. Now, the dividend yield is the dividend paid per share, and it's calculated as the percentage of the current share price. So it's a percentage of how much of the share price is getting paid as a dividend. Now, the dividend yield can be used by shareholders to compare the dividends received from different companies. Because the dividends might be of different amounts and the share prices are different amounts, it is sometimes difficult to compare the percentage of return that you are getting, and the dividend yield will help investors do this. So let's have a look at some examples of calculations involving the payment of dividends. So in our example, Miller has 3,000 shares in Alphabet Childcare Centres. The current market price of those shares is $3.50, and the company recently paid a dividend of 40 cents per share. So for part A, is asking how much does Miller receive in dividends in total from the Alphabet Childcare Company. So looking at the information, we can pick out some key information, and that is going to be that Miller owns 3,000 shares, and those shares paid a dividend of 40 cents per share. So for every share that Miller owns, he will receive 40 cents. So owning 3,000 shares, Miller is going to get paid 40 cents times 3,000. So let's start our calculation. So dividend received is equal to the dividend amount times by number of shares. And that is going to equal a dividend amount of 0.40 times by 3,000 shares that he owns. So Miller is going to receive a dividend of $1,200. So part B of the question is asking us what is the percentage dividend yield for this share, and wants us to answer to one decimal place. So to calculate the dividend yield, we need to know the dividend per share and the current market price. So we already know the dividend per share was 40 cents. Going back and looking at the information, I can see that the current price of the share is $3.50. So now I have the information I need to calculate the dividend yield, and I'll start off by writing down my formula. So dividend yield is equal to the dividend paid per share divided by the share price per share. So substituting in the values, it's going to be 0.40 divided by $3.50, and that is going to equal 0.1143. And to convert that to a percentage, I can times it by 100. So that is going to equal to 11.4%, rounding it to one decimal place. So the dividend yield for Miller shares in Alphabet Childcare Centre is 11.4%. So there are some examples of calculations involving the payment of dividends.